Hey, welcome back to Kickturn Party. We're glad you're here.
All right, I got a question for everybody.
All right.
What's your favorite board you ever rode?
Wow.
That's a tough question.
Vision Gator.
Really?
The 86, 87, 88 models.
Mm.
They were flat, but
I would say.
I loved them.
I like
No rats. Yes.
No rats. Love it, dude.
That is fucking hot, man.
Hard. I mean, the Jeff Grosso Schmidt Sticks was my favorite just because it was my first real board. Matt Hensley Black Label was super sweet. I love that board. That was my fave.
I'd say my favorite all time that I rode was either the Zorlak Zero Hero Craig Johnson board, the late 80s, or the Ozzy Alvarez Zorlak with the Charlie Manson graphics on it. And I still have both of those.
Wow.
But the one I broke my shoulder on in North Carolina in '88 was the Albrook Brothers Zorlak board. And I've still got it too. I've still got that deck. And I
didn't realize
it had a fishtail that was like gigantic and just a really short little rounded nose. I love that thing. Now, Craig Johnson and John Gibson were freaking heroes of mine. After Jeff Phillips.
Oh my gosh. Is that real? Or is that
Yes.
real?
Yes, no.
Oh,
Legit.
I've got mine still, but
This is legit.
it's screwed up.
I was about to say this was one of my favorite boards.
This is a real one. You know, I always liked the Grossos. They always had a good shape and smaller nose. And this was a Santa Cruz Grosso. It wasn't the Schmidt Grosso. But the thing was about the Grossos, they had the fish.
Yeah.
Now, the new Grossos are also pretty rad with the big, huge nose and slim hips on the back. For some
You know
reason.
what, man? That board that you cut me, that blank that you cut me, it's just like a half an inch too big all the way around. But that shape is one of my favorites, and it's my ditch cruiser snake run board for.
And that was
Roscop or something. What was that?
I cut JD a Roscop.
Oh, I love it.
It was an old Alva John Thomas, I think.
But I love it. I keep it set up with loose trucks and big soft wheels. It's my charger board for throwing in the car when you don't know what you're going to skate, because you can still, ollie it. You can still grab an air off of it, but you can still shoot rough pavement and go fast on a snake run. It's my all-purpose skateboard.
Nice.
It's nice. Board. If it wasn't that one, it would probably be the Madrid John Lucero.
This is one of my favorite boards for some reason.
Oh.
Sweet.
Hobie fiberglass, competition.
It's been re-drilled.
No, it's got for different trucks. It's got the different truck patterns made into the board.
It came like that?
Yeah, because in the 70s you had all the crazy truck patterns.
Yeah, nobody conformed to anything.
And so it's got ACSs on it.
Ooh.
With the crazy truck pattern with the wider in the front, shorter in the back. Yeah,
Sure.
ACS 500s. So, but it's still got the skate key. See, it's got the screwdriver. With
Oh
the
yeah,
nut.
yeah.
And it's got Hobie wheels on it with semi-precision bearings. So
Nice.
it's got front and no covers in the back. So. But anyway, it's one of my favorite boards, and it's got the best part of it is Sidewalk Surfing USA.
And Adam, I see in the background there that you've got that Lamaflex.
Oh,
How much did that one set you back on eBay there, Adam?
I think it's like 100 and a half, maybe.
Oh, that's
Man.
actually pretty good.
That's a beautiful board.
Yeah, those
What
red
is it?
cryptos are nice. Aren't they?
Lamaflex.
Huh.
Hot Llama
Oh,
Flex.
Lamaflex.
Never seen
And Kevin Nicoli. And Peter Gifford, I think, rode for him for a while.
Yep.
They
Pete
had
Gifford,
that-
the Pete Gifford, the inventor of the Kiwi slide.
Maybe.
Really?
But it had a big sticker over the M, so it was listed as a hot Lanaflex. And so I think we slip through the cracks or something.
Yeah, for it.
70 millimeter red grips, brother, for real.
Yeah. And what kind of trucks you got on there?
Trackers, of course. There was nothing else back then, almost, right?
I guess those are full
Trackers and
tracks.
Bennett's, lasers, maybe occasionally.
That's a stoking board, man. That's a beautiful, beautiful piece of work.
Thank you. I'm pretty stoked I found it. You know, I watch eBay most of the time. I think they're out of their minds with what they want for a skateboard, but occasionally you find something that's reasonable.
Yeah.
They're mostly out of their minds.
Yeah.
So JD,
I'm looking at a Tom Grholski Jersey Devil right now on eBay that's beat to shit and has magic marker all over it. Guy wants $2,500 for it.
Oh, right. That's exactly my point, right?
Damn.
Out of their flipping minds.
That's crazy.
My very first real skateboard was the Jersey Devil Tom Grholski, like pseudo before he was really pro, like with that first model that came out they only made like, I don't know, 500 of them or something. And I had the yellow colorway Jersey Devil board. It was my very first real skateboard.
Is that with a Jersey Devil with a pitchfork and the thing?
Well, yeah. And I think I had some 159s and some rat bones that I bought from DeLong. Was my first real skateboard, and it was 1985, the spring of 1985. And I've been trying to find one ever since. And man, it's a hard skateboard to find. Yeah, and I sold that thing to some kid I went to school with for $10.
I have a Tom Grholski that I got cheap with G&S trucks.
Which one is it? Is it the Robot Dog or?
It's the
Hurricane. The Hurricane. Yeah, that was the very last model he had before Vision collapsed.
So JD, what was that one of them old '60s skateboards you got there?
Yeah, probably one of my favorite ones.
Ooh, look at that!
It's the Surfer with the
wow
trucks. Not adjustable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's probably one of my pride and joys as far as.
That's a good one for sure.
That's a beauty.
You know,
like it's got at least it's got a graphic on it. You know, it's not a goofy foot or a roller derby, but
three-hole pattern.
Yeah,
riveted. Three-hole. Yeah, riveted.
Just top riveted. Non-adjustable truck. So that's one of my favorite 60s. Oh man, looky there. Yeah.
Now, Adam, I remember you rode that board.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like 86, 87, somewhere in there.
That's exactly why I was obsessed with it. I found it. I bought it. I would not be outbid. And it came with these. So you see how it goes together with the pink rails, that trackers. I don't, wait, which way do these kingpins go? Anyway, so you see where that sort of, it's a nice little complete package with the pink.
Did you tell Rattle the story about the Copers?
Apparently they had a warehouse full of trackers. And they filled up like a dumpster and a half full of trackers.
Copers. He had them cut them
No
open.
one wanted them.
Get the nuts and the washers out, and then he decided it wasn't worth cutting them open to get the nuts and the washers out.
Yeah, and so they threw it all in a dumpster and it got trucked off to a landfill. Seems like I heard something about someone was thinking about digging them out. And
good luck with that.
In a landfill in Oceanside for the next 10,000 years.
The longer you wait to go dig them out of the landfill, the more valuable they're going to be.
So in 5,000 years, some archaeologist is going to be like brushing these off, going, "What did ancient man use these for?"
So Adam, I noticed that Hosoi hammerhead is a reissue you got on the wall.
That's a reissue.
And so JD, behind you, you've got one, the white one, to reissue.
Yeah.
All right. So I've got one on my wall too. It's the white reissue.
I rode that board.
I did too, except mine is signed by Christian.
Heck yeah.
When that hammerhead was popular from like 85 to 88 or 9, I probably rode 4 or 5 of them. That was the board
that's a good board.
I rode them. They were flat as hell, though. They had no power. When Transworld showed up at the cage, and I used to jump from I used to do that air that went over the top of the quarter pipe and land on the backside of the bank. I've got a bunch of really good pictures riding an old hammerhead when I was probably 12 or 13 years old. Yeah, man. The 80s were great.
Dude.
Raise your hand if you wear Rector shorts.
I never owned a pair. The only person I ever remember skating in them was Rob Taylor.
By the time you were old enough to skate, Nate, those were going out of style.
Rob Taylor still wore them.
I know they were leftovers. Barry SOO shorts.
No, I did have some Hobie shorts that had built-in hip pads though, in like '86 or '87.
Yeah.
Same day.
They were bright yellow.
Mad Rats.
No,
Mad Rats.
Yep.
I had several pairs of Jimmys though with the Velcro belt.
Fucking totally did. But they opened on the side.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. It was easy access.
Porno pants. Porno pants.
For sure.
Did anybody have the Smith skin lace savers that you threaded through your laces of any shoe? The big leather straps?
No.
I wore those on a pair of Air Jordan Nike.
I rode Airwalks that had
the built-in lace savers. Now those Smith skins were before that. They were just a big piece of leather, and they had Velcro on the bottom, and you threaded it through your laces and just stuck it on top. But it would always rip off, so I would get duct tape and wrap it around the top part of it so it would still cover my laces. Thanks for stopping by. Send us an email. Like our stuff, subscribe.
Always enjoy spending time talking about skateboarding.
Be careful fingerboarding.
Everybody's gonna hang out here tonight. All right. We'll pass out in the flat. All right. Tonight. We got nothing better to do than to take 6 runs, drink a dozen brews. Don't talk about anything else. We don't wanna know. We're dedicated to beer, smoke, and road. Backside slasher, website ground, Kickturn, garbage. We'll hang out by the peanut pool all night and every night, and go someplace else to smoke and yell. We got nothing better to do than take 6 runs, drink a dozen